can.
Wait.
What's it away?
I need to get my timer up, so I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
No, I don't trust you.
How about I bring this over here, and you...
I don't trust your computer.
Oh, really?
Yes, its processor could be off.
Could be off?
Like, let's say if you overclocked it, then you would run short on speech time. Let's say you underclocked. I'm just screwing with you. Go.
Then this. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be giving you 1AC. Hopefully this will be a pleasant evening. And here we go. Head Start affirmative. Observation 1 is Head Start. This is my first observation. Obama's budget massively increases funding for Head Start without creating any significant reform. And the lack of requirements of the program mean it will have little educational value. Besharov, 2009. Well, Barack Obama ran for president promising change. Unfortunately, that change meant spending more without necessarily putting any rules on it. So you can see that in the banker bailout too. But yeah, so but this is about the Head Start program. So he's currently spending planning to spend a lot more on Head Start without putting anything on that. And this achievement, there's an achievement gap in Head Start that puts low-income, mostly minority children far behind their peers. The abysmal condition of many schools, and it's just not good. Head Start and similar pre-kindergarten programs could truly help many disadvantaged children, but Head Start right now is failing them. And throwing money at the program right now without demanding reforms will not help children, and will weaken the White House's bargaining power with the states and unions. Despite this fact, Head Start supporters object to any changes based on sentimentality. Ultimately not unique, the program is failing now, we can make it better. Heritage Foundation, 2003. They look at the program just the way it is, and they don't want anyone to measure whether what they do actually helps children. Well, 3 full decades of research is shown by the Department of Health and Human Services is that the children who participate in Head Start see no academic improvement, or nearly any. But the federal actor is crucial. Securing successful early education is a national priority. Leaving this issue to individual states hinders national security objectives in the war on terror. Woodring, 2007. It is time for the federal government to enforce national education standards because the production of qualified workers needed for our future of our country is too great to be put at risk. This is a national issue and should be addressed as such. In fact, the very first federal funds for education, known as the National Defense Education Act of 1958, was a response to the launching of Sputnik by the Soviet Union. And right now, the military is constantly reviewing its strategies and tactics to fight a loosely organized terrorist group transcending the borders of sovereign nations. And the argument that the future of our national security in the classrooms does have merit. Adopting national standards could free school boards and district administrations to concentrate more on providing tools, training, and support for the teachers to meet those standards. The only viable way to close the achievement gap is to reform Head Start, require literacy training, and employ better teachers. The status quo focuses on extreme decentralization fails. Ravage, 2003. The Head Start program was created in 1964 to give poor children the same kinds of educational opportunities that more advanced peers get. After nearly 40 years and many billions of dollars, Head Start children still begin kindergarten far behind from middle-class homes on measures of school readiness. Most Head Start teachers do not even have a college degree and are poorly paid. The last evaluation of the program conducted in 1998, obviously I think, but found that a typical entering student could not identify a single letter of the alphabet. And that's very bad. Head Start has no standard curriculum for school readiness, and the centers receive no guidance about which skills and knowledge to teach. Instead, Head Start prides itself on extreme decentralization, regardless of its lack of success in preparing children for school experiences. Head Start will never fulfill its original promise until the program recognizes its responsibility to give disadvantaged children what advantaged children receive every day: immersion in reading and enlarged vocabulary and the joy of learning. Young children can be taught letters, words, stories, and games in a happy and creative manner. They can sing, dance, paint, and while gaining new vocabulary and learning to express their ideas. As society is serious about reducing the educational gaps and divide children of different races and classes, we must meet the challenge of redesigning an effective Head Start program. The plan that the AF is giving is the United States federal government should require that all teachers of Head Start programs have obtained college degrees and complete literacy education training. The United States federal government will design and distribute a national Head Start curriculum focused on literacy training and basic mathematics skills. Head Start centers will be evaluated for their compliance with these criteria, and the United States federal government will fully fund the recruitment and training of teachers through the development and implementation of new curricula. Funding and enforcement through normal means. And yes, and as I said earlier, they do have stolen cars. And that's an immediate reason to vote them down. Immediately. I don't have stolen cards, do you? Yes, that's a great reason to...
You're missing this card, please. Speak up when you read this.
Yes. Well, anyways, the second observation is leadership. U.S. military spending will sustain our hard power and the status quo, but cannot continue forever. The plan will be crucial to replace leadership strategy. Preble, 2009. Whereas no one disputes that the United States spends far more on their country than the plan, there are a number of countries that do spend more as a percentage of their GDP. In their annual study, the IISS found that 16 countries spent more than 4% of their GDP on defense in 2006. Which ranks expenditures of 170, the CIA's World Factbook, expenditures of countries worldwide found 27 countries spent at least as much as the United States at the GDP level. My argument is that the considerable wealth of the United States and our relatively advantageous geostrategic position should enable us to spend far less on defense as a percentage of GDP than do many other countries, and certainly less than we do today. We have chosen to spend far more on others but in real terms, but rather because we fear that other countries might come under threat or that entire regions may collapse into chaos. Were it not for the U.S. military maintaining a constant presence in danger and distant corners of the world by holding ourselves as an giving ourselves out as an indispensable nation, we have discouraged other countries from spending more on defense. In some cases, deliberately. There we go. And maintaining force structure and troop capabilities is crucial to maintaining American leadership. Yeah, grade 2004, America's performance can no longer that's military preeminence, so I'll come back to that. And
30 seconds.
Wait. Where did that go? Weird. Strange.
30 seconds.
I'm missing a card. Oh. Yeah. Did I miss that? Okay.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. It's cross next time. Okay. Okay. When do we start? Now?
10 seconds.
Crossing
Hi
start.
there.
Okay, first, what is the advantages of implementing your plan?
The advantages of implementing my plan is that we will gain leadership around the world,
and any reason why that would be good?
Any reason why that would be good?
Yeah.
U.S. hegemony is just good. I haven't read the card that says it.
Okay, so it's just good in general. So
it's
you
awesome in
have
general.
no harms or significant reason to enact your plan, do you?
The significant reasons or the net benefits is the gaining of awesome children.
How does the plan help the United States leadership?
It helps the United States leadership by the awesome children.
Okay, how does that work?
How does that work? Because the awesome children are the future of the universe.
Yes, but how does that increase United States leadership?
Because they're awesome children.
Okay, so
there
your
you
argument
your
is
answer.
They're so awesome it will help? Okay. Could I see the warnings why the federal government is key? It's your Woodring 07?
Of course, right there.
Yes, in your card it talks about
the awesomeness.
Although it does suggest the federal government